Alright, hello and welcome. Today I've got bass guitar techniques for you, and I've got a tip that's going to help your practices, make your practices more efficient and effective. So stick around for that. So if you're new here at my YouTube channel, I Want to Play Bass, subscribe, hit that bell notification, get in the loop. You don't want to miss a beat. I've got lots of bass guitar tips, bass guitar lessons, bass guitar gear reviews as well. I only review the stuff that I actually use and I feel confident that it's going to help you as a bassist. And I've got occasional giveaways. So subscribe. Once you subscribe, get that bell notification. You'll get notified when those come up. And I'm Donald with the bass instructor of the How to Play Bass online course at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Jump over there as well, subscribe, become a member for free, and you'll be entered into any drawings and giveaways I have coming up in the future. So, so jump over there when you're serious about your bass playing, sign up, get well on your way to reaching your bass playing goals. All right. So bass guitar techniques. Today we're going to talk about the fret hand. Mine in particular is the left hand, but you can be right-handed either way. So I'm just going to say the fret hand. So this is my fretting hand right here. Now, so we're going to talk about that on our techniques, but today's bass guitar tip is going to be your strap adjustment. Now, how you wear your bass on your body and how you practice should be two in itself. It shouldn't be two different things. You shouldn't practice with your bass in your lap. If you're sitting down practicing and that's fine, but when you stand up to play or practice, make sure it's in the same spot. You're learning how to play, you're practicing your techniques here, sitting down, and your bass is here. And then when you go stand up and you've got your strap real low or in a different area, then you're changing up the muscles that you're using and you're flexing while you're practicing. So here you're practicing using these muscles, your forearm muscles here, and properly, and then you drop it down, you've got your wrist bent and you're using different muscles and you're playing. So get the most out of your practices when you practice sitting down or just stand up. You're going to practice stand up all the time, and that's the best way to do it. But some things to remember when you got your strap real low is how your fretting hand is. So something to be concerned with. It's no right or wrong way about it, but just to get the most effectiveness out of what you're playing, you want to do certain things and keep certain things, consistently. And that's like practicing sitting down, your bass is here, standing up, you should have your bass there. It's going to make the most, it's going to help you the most. So that's a tip for today, your strap, how to adjust your strap, how to keep your strap in there, everything to where you want it to be to make, to help you the most. So today we're going to talk about the techniques, and the left hand or the fretting hand techniques I focus on are just very important. The biggest thing is when you're playing bass, you want to be relaxed. Any instrument, any kind of music you're playing, you want to be relaxed. There's enough going on, and unfortunately you've acquired through the years certain tensions and stuff like that we need to free ourselves of, but that takes a little level. It takes a little more practice and different practices that are going to help you free you of those tensions and stresses. But don't add to that by just the way you're doing things. Don't be over here gritting your teeth and nothing wrong with having your bass face, but don't have every muscle in your body tensed up because you're trying to play a bass line. You want to be relaxed. The best tone that's going to come from you is a relaxed tone, a relaxed feel. It's not going to be tension, and that's going to give you a tense tone. So unless that's what you're going for, but you're not going to want that every time you're playing bass. So first thing, I try to focus. I've got to hold my hand up, my arm up anyway, right? So I'm going to focus on putting all the muscle in my shoulder. So my shoulder, they carry a lot of burden and stress and stuff like that already, but just a little bit of holding my arm up. I don't want it in my forearm. I don't want that muscle being flexed in my forearm just to hold my bass up. So I'm going to try to focus and put that muscle to my shoulder, use my shoulder to hold my arm up. Now, with that being said, that'll put your elbow at that degree, just depending on how you are. But that's a little bit a little less than a 90-degree angle at your elbow, which is fine. You don't want too much. You don't want you don't want to be. You could be playing like that, wouldn't be too bad. If you got you upright, it might work out better. But we're playing electric bass, so it's not not a concern there. There's, that's good right there. Less than 90 degrees, we're good. Because it enables us to keep our wrists straight. We don't want our wrist all bent. We don't want, a little bend in it is inevitable. You're going to have to bend it a little bit, but you don't want it bent like that. You don't want to be playing with your wrist bent like that, because you're not going to be holding anything right, and it's just, like I say, you're going to create cramps and stuff like that. It's just going to be rough, but you're not going to get the most out of it. You're going to be limited. You're going to inhibit yourself once you get to playing like that. You can play, but you're going to inhibit yourself from freeing up other ideas that you might want to do. It's just going to stop you from doing that. You're going to have limitations if you do it that way. So the best way to unlimit yourself, a nice straight wrist initially. Put your thumb here, thumb right here on the back. Now I've seen a lot of people put stuff on, sand down the back of their necks, and you got this varnish, this clear coat on it that's sometimes just sticky. Not that it's wet sticky, it's just, it's tacky. Your thumb will stick on in places, but over time, if you're playing like mine's kind of wore down, it's still a little glossy, but for the most part, where my thumb is, I don't have an issue with it sticking anywhere. It's just it slides fluently all across the back of this neck. But some people, you can sand it down, baby powder or something, just to keep it smooth, to where it's not, your thumb doesn't get hung up in areas. And so that's where you want your thumb, about the middle of the neck here, and kind of about behind your pointer finger in that area there, creating this nice little cup, that nice little, that right there, that's, your fingertips are easy accessible to the strings, which is going to get you're going to get your best tone from your fingertips, not mashed down like that. Every now and then you'll have to play something. If you're playing, you're going to a fifth right above it, you will mash it down, but for the most part, that's going to free you up to do everything you need to do right there. Okay, so your thumb here, and then even when you get up here, sometimes you can do that. Just take your thumb, because as you get up higher on the neck, this is going to inhibit you as well. If you're trying to keep your thumb up here, and then right here, I'm up against the body, I can't take my thumb anymore, so I don't want to be playing like that. So what I do is I just drop it. As I get higher up on the neck, my thumb comes down anyway. If I'm playing up here, my thumb is typically down below at the bottom of the neck here. Then I can come around here, and I'm free to go anywhere. That frees me up to go anywhere right there. So you can definitely do that. Bring your thumb down around there as you get to the higher registers, and that's that's perfectly fine too. You're not using a lot of pressure back here anyway. It's just like a guide here. So right here it's your guide as well. So you can do that. Your thumb on the back of your neck, just sliding anywhere, right around in here. Keep it right. You don't want it up here. Once you get up there, now we're closing. We've got a different kind of cup. We're not grabbing this thing. This isn't a stick or nothing. This, it's just, you don't want that. You're flexing stuff that don't need to be flexed. So you want to be relaxed, and that's not going to relax you at all. That's going to just create more muscles back here being worked to get your fingers around, and then it's going to keep your fingers from doing what they need to do. They're just not proper. So we want to be proper. That's where we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck. So that's where you want it. You want a nice little cup here. You don't want your hand all mashed against the bottom of the fret here, or the fretboard here. You want some space. You want freedom. So you're going to have to give yourself some space, and the space is right there. That's your freedom. And then that allows you every note to be played properly, and you're going to get your best tone when that note is played properly. You got that fingertip just mashing down right at a perfect spot right there at the fret. You're going to get your best tone right there. I don't care how much you set your bass up, your intonation and your action and this and that. There's nothing that's going to make the biggest difference on your tone than the way you play it, the way you position your fingers on these notes. That can be, I don't care what kind of bass you're playing, if you've got the right position and you're fingering that note the right spot, it's going to be the perfect tone that you want every time. So everything comes together, but it starts with your hands. Your best tone starts with your hand. So these bass guitar techniques are going to help you get the best tone, and then you can add to those tones with effects and stuff like that. You know, the compression pedal to help keep your tone in here, you know, as opposed to all over the place. So that's that thumb here. You know, give some space, freedom. You want freedom, space, so you can play however you need to play. Fingertips here. A nice straight wrist. Keep that wrist straight. You know, relaxed arm, relaxed whole being. You know, just be relaxed. It's not, you know, there's enough going on, and like I said, some other stuff you've come across growing up. You just create tensions that just are hard to deal with. It you just got to try to let go while you're playing music. Even when you're playing music, sometimes you look at your guitar and you're thinking, man, every time I play this song, it's just messed up. That right there is going to inhibit you from playing that song. So just free yourself. Freedom, space here, just free yourself. Let it go. So thumb, straight wrist, you know, less than 90-degree angle. Just relaxed forearm muscle, holding your arm up in your shoulder. And that's just about it right there. Just the freedom back here. Slide that thumb around. You know this. You're not a lot of pressure here. It's all right here. However you got your bass set up is how much pressure you got to put on these. If you got your action real high, which I don't recommend, but sometimes you might be looking for that certain tone, then that's fine. But real high, is it really necessary? Probably not. So try to get your action the best you can to where you can move and not use a lot of effort. Effortlessly is the goal here. If you can play, then you're going to really make things happen. You'll be able to focus on your lines and what you're hearing and what you want to create, and at the same time. So hopefully you got some value out of that. If you did, mash that like button. Help me help you, and I'll catch y'all on the flip-flop in the next video. So bye now.